Modern continuous integration systems execute pipelines inside ephemeral environments that are provisioned solely for pipeline execution and are not reused from prior pipeline runs. As app builds often require downloading and installing many libraries and software dependencies, caching these dependencies for quick retrieval at runtime can significantly reduce build times. Harness provides numerous ways of achieving caching, from intentional steps for saving and restoring cache to cloud storage, and mounting shared storage volumes into the ephemeral build pods. Cache intelligence is a capability that's unique to Harness, and it allows for automatically caching and restoring common dependencies without having to customize configuration or manage your own storage. At the time of this recording, Cache Intelligence is only available in Harness Cloud Build infrastructure. For other infrastructures, you can implement caching using the save and restore cache steps. To enable Cache Intelligence, select your build stage that is compiling your application code. On the Overview tab, toggle on Enable Cache Intelligence. This will automatically identify common dependency and library directories in build tools like Maven and Gradle, Yarn, Go, and Node. If you have additional directories that you'd like to cache, you can configure those additional paths here. The next time you run your build, you'll see two steps added into the execution. At the end of the execution will be a save cache to Harness. In the logs, you'll see which directories were auto-identified, in this case the Gradle packages, and custom directories that are packaged up and saved to the Harness cache. And at the beginning of the execution will be a restore cache from Harness step. So after the second run of the pipeline, after the cache has been saved, you'll see in the logs that there's a cache hit and which directories were restored. Now every time the build is run, even with a fresh, clean, ephemeral environment, the build tool won't have to fetch and download each individual dependency from those common package registries. This will not only greatly reduce the duration of the builds, but it may increase resiliency in case third-party package repos are unavailable or slow. Now, if you are hosting your own build infrastructure, or you want to manage the cache storage yourself, the recommended approach is our out-of-the-box save and restore cache steps for S3 buckets and GCS buckets. You add the save cache step after your build step that installs the dependencies, and you just need to define the connector to use for authenticating with your cloud provider, specify the region and bucket, as well as the key. In most cases, the cache key should be a unique identifier for the repository that's being built, so you can either hard-code it here or use an expression variable, such as pipeline name. And then you specify the paths to cache. Next, add the restore cache step before the build step. Just select the same cloud connector region, bucket, and key. Now, when you run a build in your own infrastructure, your dependencies will be restored on each subsequent run to reduce build times and reduce your network ingress traffic. This has been a summary of Cache Intelligence in Harness Builds.